Uh-oh, did Jay-Z put out a hit on Rihanna? Is Kim Kardashian ready to lock it down with Lewis Hamilton? And then what is the lure of this Dave Portnoy Sofia with an F feud? It is brewing over with the battle of the books and the collar daddy lure. There's a lot that we're going to get into today. I hope you're ready for it. Let's dive in. This is No Filter with Zack Peter, your go-to source for all the latest pop culture and reality TV tea, serve fresh all week long. Now, let's dive in. Welcome on in, everybody. Welcome on in. Welcome on in. Welcome on in, everybody in the club. Happy Tuesday. It is Tuesday, March 10th. I feel like I'm trying to give like sexy sultry vibes, right? We have like the oversized boyfriend shirt. Not my boyfriend shirt, but that's what it's called, an oversized boyfriend shirt, where it's like the big flowy shirt. I feel like I got the volumey, fluffy hair today. I have an event that I'm going to with TikTok, so I'm like trying to bring like the sultry, sexy vibes. Do we like button or no button? Like, I feel like that's a little too slutty. Like, do we like button up? But then that feels a little too stuffy with an oversized. Like, I can't. I don't know, like the vibe. Like, if it were like right here, that would be perfect. But like when it's buttoned down, it's like all the way down here, and then you can see all of my chest hair and my white chest. My untanned chest. My chest were tan, that would be different, but I don't know. Let's see. Kaya says, but you look sexier than me and definitely unbuttoned. Okay, so we like the unbuttoned vibe, right? Because it's like we're trying to be like cool. Ooh, no button gives John Stamos. Okay, but do we like a good John Stamos, or like we're trying too hard to look like John Stamos and it's not the vibe? I could do the glasses. Wait, can I tell you guys a secret? I have to tell you a secret. You promise not to tell anybody. Like, this stays just between us. I don't need glasses. My glasses are totally fake. I wear them when I'm looking a little disheveled or when I want to look smart. Those are the two. Like, if I want to like smarten up my vibe and I want to be like, maybe that'll tie it together. If I do the glasses with the button open, because then it kind of like makes it look a little, I don't want to say sexy librarian, like a little like I'm smart, but like also in like an effortless, just rolled out of bed kind of way, you know? So yeah. Mimir says, I was just thinking Zach looked extra handsome today, definitely buttoned up to achieve dignified and refined, or buttoned down for the casual, sexy look, in my opinion. Yeah, it's a TikTok like content event. So I'm like, do I like what vibe am I going for? So you want to be like Elle Woods in Harvard? Yes. So okay, so actually, hold on. So I did wear glasses. I used to wear glasses and I used to wear contacts. I started wearing contacts when I was like 9 years old. I think that was the first time I got my first contacts. And I remember it was like a big deal because people were like, what? A kid with contacts? That's crazy. But my mom let me get contacts. So I got contacts when I was in the fourth grade. And then from there, I just had worn contacts all my life. There were periods where I would wear glasses instead of contacts. And then maybe about 2 years ago, I got LASIK. And I love that I got LASIK, you know? Ooh, deposition sexy, right? Like that's kind of what we're going for, like deposition sexy. We like that, like the glasses and it's very effortless. It's very like, you know, va-va-voom, kind of vibe. Baby, are you coming for the ride? Did you see Hillary on Jay Shetty and Fallon? I saw clips of Hillary on Fallon because I mean, who watches late night anymore? And I saw that she was on Jay Shetty, but I have not actually watched the Jay Shetty interview yet. But I want to because I'm very excited about it. I love me some Hillary Duff. Love me some Hillary Duff. But anyway, I got LASIK, so I no longer need glasses or contacts, which was just like such a lifesaver. I went to Dr. Alexandra Shabil in Newport Beach. Great. She's like the eye doctor. And I had a great time and I loved it. LUVE, love. So yeah, that's where we're at. But yeah, so just so you know, when I wear my glasses, it's solely for the aesthetic because my eyes are so much better now since I got LASIK. So yeah. But glasses are hot, like when Shane wears them in Heated Rivalry. Oh, glasses are kind of sexy, right? Add the glasses for the Clark. Hold on, let me get the glasses. Give me 1 second. I'll be right back in 2 seconds. 2 seconds. Okay. Okay. Let's complete the look. Do we like? Oh, caught a vibe. Baby, are you coming for the ride? Okay. Do we like this vibe? We're down with this vibe. This does kind of make me like I look like I should have a book in my hand, right? Like I'm just like that guy in college. And I'm just like chilling, reading, reading a book. I need to walk in with a book. Like that. Look at this vibe, you guys. Okay. Slaps. Slaps. Oh, I would hit on me. Izzy says, nope. Wow. Literally, wow. Uh, glasses make you look smarter. Yes, until you are, and sexier until you are older. Yeah. So these are fake. The Jay Shetty, she cried. Why are you spoiling it for me? I want to see when she cries. I want to see her cry, but I want the full effect. Now you spoiled it. Now I know that Hillary Duff cries. Octavia says yes, unbuttoned and glasses. I feel like we just need a little wrinkle release spray. This shirt just like is not very. It's not one of those easy. So yeah. Who's that guy? Where did Zack go? Caught a vibe. Baby, are you coming for the bride? I just want to look into your eyes. Hey. Okay. Okay. So oh, shout out to Christina. We love the mods. Shout out to Christina. Laura is out sick. Christina, maybe if we can get Laura's address, we can send her a little care package because we love her and we want to send her all the LOVE, LOVE. I'm talking about love. Okay, that said, sorry, I know we got like very distracted. So I have 2 bones to pick before we jump into all of the tea because we'll get into the Rihanna stuff and the Kim K stuff and the call her daddy stuff. That's a vibe, but. Oh, Christina says, I message you. I'm literally the worst at DMs. Like, you have to DM Donna if you want to get a hold of me. Because then Donna's like, so-and-so DM'd me and they told me to tell you this, Zack. And I'm like, thank you. I just, it gives me anxiety. But anyway, first up, remember how yesterday we were all obsessed and shooketh and on the edge of our seats with this Donna Kelsey drama? Remember that? Remember, we were like, oh my God, Donna Kelsey, what? 9 windows and 6 exterior doors? What? And so TMZ thought that they wanted to be cute and they thought that they wanted to be funny. So they actually posted a couple of things. One saying like, oh, the internet is unmatched and blah, 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 blah. And so they're like, we've seen the chatter online. Donna Kelsey's home renovation is a serious matter, and we are closely monitoring the replacement of her 9 windows and 6 doors. This is a developing story. And they did like a cute little skit about it. And it's like this young intern twink that's clearly the one that posted the story and made it seem like it was so much bigger than what actually was, because it was actually nothing. And so he's like, I'm going to be cute and I'm going to put my face out on TMZ and I'm going to laugh at the joke too. No. You ruined it. You literally ruined it. Like TMZ and the twink, the intern twink, you ruined it. Like, it was so fun and it was so funny, and then you jumped in on it, and now it's the absolute, like, you ruined the joke, and now it's not funny anymore, and we don't want to laugh at it anymore because you're supposed to, like, you're not supposed to be in on the joke. You are the joke. We memed you, and when we meme you, you're not supposed to embrace it until it's like years down the line when you're like, oh my God, that time was crazy and I hated the meme because it was so cringe, and now I've learned to embrace it because nostalgia is cool. TMZ, like, stop ruining our fun. So that's number 1. TMZ ruined our fun because we were having such a blast with this story about Donna Kelsey, and we were riveted. We were shooketh. We were on the edge of our seats just wanting to know. it's funny. We tried to do our DMZ live on Instagram yesterday, but we kept having all of these technical issues. And at first we thought it was me. And then we tried to have Molly host the live. And then we thought it was her. And then that didn't work. So then we tried to have Donna host the live. And then she tried to do it. And it was still not working. Like the Instagram lives just kept freezing. And so we had to move it over to TikTok. And so we did a little live on TikTok, which was also it was a very chaotic day. Like Mercury was like severely in the microwave that day. And it was just not slapping. So yeah, that's the story of a girl. So sorry about that. But Donna didn't know about the Donna Kelsey drama. She's like, is that a real thing? She's like, Zach, you're the only one that's talking about Donna Kelsey. I'm like, Donna, it is literally the meme of the internet right now. Like the internet decided to wake up and they decided to meme Donna Kelsey and TMZ because they thought that this story was hilarious. Okay. Not low-larious, but hilarious. And speaking of hilarious, now that we can move on from Donna Kelsey because TMZ ruined the fun that we were having, there is another person that is going viral online. And I just need to know your honest thoughts. Okay. We keep it real here. We keep it 100. And so I just need to know your thoughts, feelings, and vibes about this. Okay. And that's Josh Hutcherson. So this is Josh Hutcherson. He's from The Hunger Games. He's from The Hunger Games. And then he did a few other movies, right? Like Bridge to Terabithia. Most recently, he was in the Five Nights at Freddy's. Those were stupid. Those were such dumb movies. I never want to hear that name again. He was in RV. Remember RV with JoJo? And wasn't it Robin Williams? And Cheryl Hines? Was Cheryl Hines in that too? That's right. It was Robin Williams and Cheryl Hines. They were the mom and dad. And then JoJo, leave, get out right now. It's the end of you and me. That JoJo, she was in it. And that is JoJo, right? Why does it say that this is not JoJo? It says that this was Chloe Sonnenfeld. That's JoJo. That's totally JoJo, right? Was that not JoJo? That was totally JoJo. Or am I tripping? Yeah, it was JoJo. JoJo played Cassie. I don't know why this Chloe girl is at the top. Yes, it was totally JoJo. So yeah, he's been in a bunch of movies, but he's most notably in The Hunger Games. He plays Peeta and Katniss, and yes, he's making a comeback. Journey to the Center of the Earth. Yes, I think he was in that one too. He did a lot of those like movies with the mazes and they're going on the adventure and whatever. So he's actually coming back he's reprising the role of Peeta, and Jennifer Lawrence is reprising the role of Katniss, and they're both going to be in the upcoming Hunger Games movie. But I guess this new Hunger Games movie is a prequel, and so it's based off of the book that's a prequel. And so do you remember how in the Hunger Games, Katniss, who's Jennifer Lawrence had like a mentor, and he was like a drunk, and he had like long hair, and he was like, oh, I'm going to teach you how to survive the Hunger Games. And so now the new movie that they're coming out with is about him, the drunk mentor. And so it's like his origin story. And then I think it goes back to like the first ever Hunger Games, because didn't he win the first ever Hunger Games? Something like that. And so, but it's about him in the Hunger Games. And so it's the prequel. So it goes back. So people are like, well, how are Katniss and Peeta going to be in the new movie if it's a prequel and they weren't even born yet? Well, there's like a scene, I think it's either at the beginning or at the end, where it shows them in current time, and it shows them with the drunk mentor, and they're like reminiscing. I think that's how the book opens, is it's like them and they're sitting and they're chatting. He's like, oh, remember the good old days when I almost died in the Hunger Games? And they were like, oh, tell us about the good old days when you almost died in the Hunger Games. And then it takes us back in time, and then it's like the story. I think that's how it goes. Woody Harrelson, yes. He's not the one that like did naughty things to the girls, right? Who was that one? Woody Allen, right? Didn't he marry like a daughter or something? Very weird. But yeah, no, Woody Harrelson. He's the one that plays the drunk mentor. When will you get cast on a show or a film, Zach? It's only a matter of time. I told my manager, I was like, you know what? Maybe we should explore acting. And he's like, if you're going to do acting, this is manager David. And manager David told me, he's like, if you're going to explore acting, you need to take it seriously and you need to take classes. And I was like, I'm funny, David. Like, I'm very naturally funny, that like throw me in a romantic comedy and I'm about it. But anyway, Josh Hutcherson of the Hunger Games fame, he is going viral because of this photo right here. Now, to be fair, this photo is AI tweaked. So the photo is real, but he's not wearing tidy whities. In the original photo, I think he's wearing like black shorts. Like, or as Blake Lively would say, near nude. But anyway, people are flipping out about this photo of him because, well, the internet's kind of torn. Half of them are saying, oh my God, he's so hot. We love it. And then half of them are saying, not about that life. And I need to know, how do we feel about this version of Josh Hutcherson? I believe this photo is actually from 2021, so it's not the most recent version. I don't know how the love handles are looking today, but just this body type and this vibe and this energy, like, how are we feeling? I'm going to vote into it, right? I'm going to say, yes, please. Joey says it's a no for me. Lori says, don't care. You guys, Christina says, not for me. Oh my God, look at editor David just texted me because the Empire State Building tweeted and they said, congrats to Donna Kelsey on remodeling her modest Florida home. It's the best. It's the funniest thing until TMZ ruined it. Thank you, editor David. Everybody's saying no. What? I don't get it. Rep Amanda said, this strikes me as one of those situations where he probably looks hella hot in person right then, but not so much in a still photo. You guys don't think he looks yummy? I just think I like a man with a little meat on his bones, right? Like, I don't need a six pack. I'm good. Like, a six pack is nice, but like, I don't need it. And then that also like puts pressure on me to like, you know. Jasmine says cute dad bod. Like, I feel like I couldn't sleep with somebody that has like a perfect chiseled body, because then I would be too in my own head and I would be thinking about all of my imperfections, just because I've had such a long journey with my body, and yeah, I don't. It was just, yeah. Okay, Annabelle Perez says he is yummy. Annabelle, I fear we are in the minority. Robin says, love the shirt and the glasses. Thank you, Robin. I think this is the final look we're going to go with. So thank you. Now, do I wear blue jeans or do I wear black jeans? That's the next question. Blue jeans or black jeans? Because I'm wearing boots. I'm wearing my cute tan boots. So yeah. No, he looks good. I don't like those macho mans. Oh, well, I don't think he's not a macho man. He looks a little he has a cigarette in his mouth. He's giving the, you know? I need all cushion from riding. So yeah, it's a yes for me. Okay, Jasmine likes a little cushion for the pushin'. Okay, yeah, you don't want to be feeling his hip bones. Who is it? Josh Hutcherson. Yes, Russ. Do we like Josh Hutcherson or do we not like Josh Hutcherson? Black jeans, blue jeans. Oh my goodness. I love those boots. Have you seen those boots, Michelle? Okay, so I did put a poll on Instagram, and let's see what the people are thinking. Okay, well, first of all, the people are torn about TMZ. 50% of them are saying that they love that TMZ is leaning into the joke, and the other 50% are saying that TMZ ruined it. So that's just a real toss-up. That's a coin toss. And then, wow, Bethany, wow, it is very clear that the internet does not find Josh Hutcherson very attractive in these boat pictures. It is a 90% no. Wow. 90% no so far. That's sad. Sorry, Josh. I was rooting for you, and I thought the internet would too. Bo says, Zach, would you ever date a really tall guy? Yes, I would date a really tall guy. No, Michelle, they're not the ones that I wore during the documentary. They're a different pair. I don't think I have those that I wore. I think they got ruined in like the rain. And so I have had to buy new boots since then. For ladies in our 40s, we have new pics. We have pics of our dads like that. And what, you don't have daddy issues? You're not a normal person who has daddy issues? Okay. Excuse me, healed inner trauma. Zach, like, well, that didn't go as planned. Yeah, I was like, I thought we were all going to thirst after. I thought I was doing Josh Hutcherson a favor. And then you guys were like, nope. Megan says, we went to therapy. I do him. Yeah, see, Russ? I feel like the gays are into it. The ladies are not. What do the ladies want? You want Brandon Sklenar? Listen, Brandon Sklenar is hot. He's like beefed up. See, like that's a good, like not over the top. Like he's chiseled and he's muscular, but like it's not like, you know, too much. It's great. Christina says, I resolved most of my daddy issues, Zach. Well, that's why you have a healthy relationship with women. Ooh, the ladies want Henry Cavill. Isn't he gay? Is he gay? Like Pedro Pascal? Anyway, sorry. I digress. Let's get into the Jay-Z Rihanna stuff because this is a crazy theory that's going around right now about people thinking that Jay-Z put a hit out on Rihanna. But before that, we do need to give some love in the club because guess what? Somewhere between the first warm weekend and realizing short season is getting close, eating well stops feeling optional, right? Factor is how I stopped letting a busy schedule be my excuse. Fully prepared meals designed by dietitians and crafted chefs. That's what I'm doing now. Okay. Ready in 2 minutes. No planning, no cooking. I know all the busy moms out there are going to love Factor meals. Okay. We're talking quality functional ingredients, including lean proteins, colorful veggies, whole food ingredients, and healthy fats. No refined sugars, no artificial sweeteners, no seed oils, meals that fit your goals and your schedule, healthier eating, calorie management, and more protein just became easier. They have 100 rotating weekly meals, so everything always feels fresh. They even have options like high protein, calorie smart, Mediterranean diet, GLP-1 support. They even have ready to eat salads. Yum if you want to keep it light. They've got a new Muscle Pro collection. Whew. So if your man is building some strength, if he's trying to make sure he's got that protein recovery to build those muscles, then he can try the new Muscle Pro. Always fresh, never frozen, ready in about 2 minutes, no prep, no stress. So you can actually stick to your goals. I'm on the high protein. It's good. I like to make sure that I'm replenishing my body as I'm working out. And it takes the guesswork out of wondering what's for dinner, right? Head to factormeals.com/nofilter50 off. Use the code nofilter50 off to get 50% off and a free breakfast for a year. Only valid for new Factor customers with code and qualifying auto-renewing subscription purchase. Make healthier eating easy with Factor. Okay, let's talk Rihanna. So Rihanna, her home got shot up. It was like boom, boom, pow. I like that boom, boom, pow. Them chickens jocking my style. So the other day, a woman in a white Tesla showed up at Rihanna's home and she began shooting. She shot about 7 to 10 rounds at Rihanna's home with an AR-15 style rifle. So this was like a mission that she was on. Luckily, nobody was hurt. There were no injuries. Rihanna was home at the time. She has since left her home. But the suspect was identified as Ivana Lizette Ortiz. She's a 35-year-old woman, and she was arrested very shortly after. She was arrested for attempted murder, and she's since been put on a psych hold. Or she's previously been put on a psych hold. She's since been released. Or no, I don't think she's been released yet. Sorry. My notes are all over the place today. But so she's previously been put on a psych hold. So she's a little unstable. She lost custody of her child. She had a 10-year-old, no longer has custody. So it seems like she may have gone down a darker path. Doesn't seem all that stable to me. These details, according to TMZ, we love TMZ for their groundbreaking reporting. And so now the internet has come up with a theory, and they believe that this was a hit put by Jay-Z because she just announced that she's making new music. And we don't know if that new music is going to be with Jay-Z. We know Rihanna's been MIA from the music scene for quite a few years now. She's been really focused on her Fenty brand. She has Fenty Beauty. She has Fenty Savage, her underwear line. And I've never tried her Fenty Savage. I've never tried any of her Fenty stuff, actually. But people love it. It's like wildly successful, especially like the Fenty Beauty line and the Fenty Savage, the underwear line. Like, what a banger. And so she doesn't even need to be making music because she's got like this business boom, and she's like Kylie Jenner, but she's actually, I think, better than Kylie because Kylie like built Kylie Cosmetics to what it was and then eventually like sold it off for the most part and like doesn't really seem to be interested in the business part of it, but she's like taken care of. She's set. But Rihanna and Fenty, and she was one of the first to come out before everybody started doing lip lines and and lip glosses and blush and bronzer and contour and all that stuff. So she posted on her Instagram the other day that she's officially back in the studio. And so people are like, oh my God, there's new music. It's coming soon. And so this led to people digging up old rumors. And so now there's an old rumor about Rihanna and Jay-Z that they were having like a secret affair behind Beyonce's back. Ultimately, that ended up being a fake rumor by her publicist. And he started that rumor and he's since apologized for it. But he started that rumor because I guess they wanted to promote her new single. And it was her first big single at the time, Pon de Replay. Go Mr. DJ, song Pon de Replay. Go Mr. DJ, go Mr. DJ, song Pon de Replay. That one. And so those rumors went wild. And then there were other rumors about Jay-Z having full control and creative input and influence over her first 3 albums. And then after that, she like had her own creative control, her own creative like vision for it. And maybe he was bitter. I don't know. But it seems like they've maintained a very friendly, good relationship over the years. She just performed at the Super Bowl a few years ago, which we know Jay-Z has a lot of creative influence over the halftime show. So I don't think he's putting a hit out on Rihanna. I don't think that there's any like truth or legitimacy to that. I think we can debunk that rumor. She's no longer in LA at the moment. She left after, try to get away from all the chaos after the shooting. But I mean, I think this was just a crazy fan that was probably obsessed and found out where she lived and is clearly unstable, or maybe she thought that she was doing this on behalf. I don't know. I mean, we've seen this remember when Selena got shot by her manager? We've seen these types of crazy things happen all the time. So I don't know. Does Kylie have a baby with Rihanna's hubby? That's a good question. Tyga? Let's see. She has 2 kids with Travis Scott. That's Stormy and Air. And those are the only 2 kids she has. That's with Travis Scott, right? Well, Rihanna was never with Travis Scott. Is she? Who are her? A$AP Rocky. Okay. Racist. She has 3 kids with A$AP Rocky. A$AP Rocky, Travis Scott, not the same people. Okay. You need to get your rappers straight. They don't all look alike. Tyga. Yeah. Rihanna is with Tyga. Or no, so Rihanna is with or her baby daddy is A$AP Rocky, right? And then Kylie's baby daddy is Travis Scott, but I do believe they both dated Tyga, right? If I'm not mistaken, but Tyga didn't have babies with any of them. Did Kylie date A$AP? She dated a lot. Yeah, Rihanna is currently with A$AP. Oh, because remember, she just went to the courtroom with him because he was in that trial that he was doing. He dated Kylie, Avril, and several other less-known singers. Interesting. Kylie dated Travis Scott. Right, and she had 2 kids with Travis Scott. Stormy and Air, those are Travis Scott's kids. So yeah, that's Link. Yes, they both dated Tyga, but neither of them have kids with Tyga. And then Black China got in the mix, right? Because Black China was she also dating Tyga? And that was the drama with Black China and Kylie. And then Jordan went and slept with Tristan. Whoof, the tangled web of it all. Kendall dated A$AP Rocky. Yes, that's right. Kendall dated A$AP, not Kylie. Kylie dated Tyga. All these ladies just getting passed around. Tyga was when she was 14. Travis was 15. Say what? Tyga and Travis and Kylie are 3 different people. Mamma mia. Black China and Tyga had a baby, and then China and Rob had a baby. Yes. Jeez. Black China is a born-again Christian now. Good for her. Tyga calls himself the Black Justin Bieber. I can see it. Although I think Justin Bieber feels like the Black Justin Bieber, but like I can see it. Okay, moving on. We can put the Rihanna rumors to rest. Jay-Z is not trying to take her out, period. Ooh, you know what we should do? I feel like love is in the air, so I feel like we should probably move on to a little couples news. Aww. Love that. Okay. Couples news, Kim Kardashian and what's his face? Lewis Hamilton. So these two have been friends for a very long time. And now it appears, dun dun dun. So I think they've been friends since like 2014. So it's been like over a decade of being friends, but never doing anything beyond just the friend zone. Okay. So then recently they started dating. I think like in January, it came out that they were dating, and then they started appearing on carpets together. And so according to Us Weekly, friends are saying that this couple is endgame. I need to see them together before I decide whether or not they're endgame. I need a vibe check before I clock in. You know, like, is he? I need to see him on Keeping Up with, or I guess it's not called Keeping Up anymore. I need to see him on the Kardashians. I need to see what their chemistry is like. I need to see how she talks about him. Like, and I don't want her to keep him on the low like Pete Davidson, right? Like when she was dating Pete, like she kept Pete for the most part off of the show. So I need them to be on the show so I can see and I can approve. Because if not, that's her closeted gay friend. Is he gay? Lewis Hamilton's gay? Is he gay like Pedro Pascal? No. I thought they're dating. They're totally dating. I don't think that they're gay. I don't think that he's gay. I've never heard that he's gay. But also, I can see it, right? People think he's gay. I can see it. Like now that I look at him and you tell me he's gay, I'm like, oh, yep, got it. You know, I mean, Pedro Pascal, people were shocked to find out that he was gay. And then it's like, oh, well, he's always liked a little pinky in the butt, which totally normal. That doesn't make you gay. You know, once you go for more than a little pinky, then that makes you a little gay. But like, you know, no judgment. I don't know how many fingers he likes, but listen, his diameter is his business. He was with Nicki for a short time. Nicki Minaj. Wow. Nicole Scherzinger. He was dating Nicole Scherzinger, which, by the way, did you guys see that the Pussycat Dolls have announced something? I don't know what it is, but it was like their song, and then it said PCD forever. And so, well, that's actually PCDforever.com. Where does that take us? Yeah, it looks like something is coming soon. Here, let's pull this up so you can see this. You can decide, are the Pussycat Dolls back or not? You can sign up. But what are we signing up for? Here, I will accept the cookies. Huh. PCD forever. I'm cool with it. I'm down for it. I'm just saying we need Nicole. Nicole or nothing. I don't want this to be like the Spice Girls reunion where they didn't bring back Victoria Beckham as posh. Like, we can't do that. You either bring them all back and you do this, you know, the right way or not. Pedro Pascal is gay. I was having this conversation, or is bi. I was having this conversation with somebody the other day because they're like, oh, so and so is bi. And I'm like, no, he's not. I was like, he's gay. And she was like, no, he says he's bi. I'm like, I'm sure he says he's bi, but everybody's always bi before they come out as gay. It's just kind of the trajectory, right? You're like, oh, I think I'm bi. I think I like both. And then eventually you end up with one. Very few people are like genuinely bi. You typically like have a tendency to like, you know, Rocky Road or pistachio. Sometimes your preference is like, ooh, I want a little pistachio today. But like you have a preference and you typically know what you're gonna get when you go to Baskin Robbins. Like even though you taste some of the other flavors, you're like, ooh, let me try this one. What is this? Non-binary? Sounds kind of fruity, but let me give it a sample. And then you sample and like, you know what? I'm gonna get the Rocky Road. You know, you always stick to what you like. And so it is what it is. Wow, he dated Nicole Scherzinger for 7 years. I have never heard of this guy. Yes, Joey. Everybody's always a little bi. First, you're straight, and then you're a little bi for like a period, and then you just think that it's like cooler to be bi, and then you're just like, yeah, I'm gay. So, yeah, he's gay. Zack, do you see the new? And there's nothing wrong with it, right? Like, be gay. It's okay. There's nothing wrong with you being gay. Just be gay. You don't need to pretend. Okay. There's like, okay, because here's the thing. Bi is somebody that's like, I can fully see myself with a man and with a woman, not just in bed, not just in a relationship, but like you can fully see yourself going one way or the other, and it shifts based off of the day, right? And that's just not the case. And so normally you like have a strong preference, but like occasionally you dip in with the other. But like that's not bi. That's like gay with bi tendencies, right? Zach, did you see the new bad press media machine happening with celebrities to get attention, which is very troubling? What do you see the new bad press media machine happening with? I don't know what that means, Megan. I'm sorry. Then they come for the creators, cry wolf. I see it all over. Like celebrities get bad press and then they come for the creators, and it's like a way to generate publicity. Probably. Joey, I just think it's weird that being bi is like outdated or something. It's not that it's outdated. I think, okay, so first it was like taboo, right? And even gay was taboo and it wasn't really the thing. And it was like the unpopular thing. And like people didn't really want to be gay, but like eventually you're just like, I'm gonna embrace being gay. Cause like even growing up, like when I was in high school, like it was not like cool to be gay. Whereas like now it's like old fashioned to be gay. Like now you have to be like all these things, right? You have to be the full rainbow, which by the way, we fucked up the gay pride flag. Okay. I think it's disgusting. It looks ugly. Okay. I know. And I'm saying that on behalf of like normal gays. We see that flag and we're like, that wasn't designed by the gays. The they thems did that shit. And I don't know who gave they them the permission to do that shit, but they fucked up our flag. It was cute and the gays had an aesthetic. Actually, it wasn't cute. Okay. Because even I thought that the gay pride flag was already pretty tacky. Okay. And I was like, rainbow, tacky. Right. And then they're like, how can we make something that's already so tacky looking and make it uglier? And then they went and they added in the baby blue and the baby pink and the triangles and the circles and the two spirit. And I'm just like, you know what? Fuck that shit. I'm out. I'm out. I just want to suck some dick on occasion, and like maybe I lock it down with the dude at some point. But like I don't need all that. It is too much. I don't want that hanging in my house. I don't like. I'm good. Peace. You know. Period. It just I don't need to make being gay my entire identity because it's not. So yes. Megan says my gays do not like it because it gets a bit all over the place. A bit. It's like, you know, even the flag is non-binary. Even the flag is confused. It's just, you know, what's the difference between bi and fluid? Nobody knows. Here's the thing. You have three options, okay? These are your options. You're straight, you're gay, you're bi, right? And bi means you're somewhere in the middle. And like I said, very few people are like truly bi. Bi, you typically have a preference for one or the other. But sure, you need to feel special and you need to like not be one of the binary boxes. So you need to be in the middle because you like both, right? And it's fine. Maybe you like to suck some dick and eat some coochie at the same time. No judgment, right? But like those are your three options. Any other option to me is just like somebody my mom was like, "What's pansexual?" And she's like, "They said it's like when they get attracted when you make them laugh." And I was like, and we were both like, "Isn't that what you should be in like in any relationship? Is you should just like when people make you laugh in general? Do you is there a preference for somebody that pisses you off? That's called being straight. If that's your preference, that's called being married. So yeah, you know." Bi and fluid are really the same thing. They're just people needing to like feel more unique. I'm pansexual. I'm andromedan. Fuck off. Please tell me what queer. No, we're not getting into queer. That is where I draw the line. Nobody knows what it means. Nobody knows. And listen, when I used to be more progressive and I would try to like have groundbreaking conversations on the show, I remember I had this guy on years ago. I think his name was Chris Donahue. He was really cute, really hunky dude, really, really sweet. And he came on, and this was like back in 2016, 2017, maybe. So this was like way back then. And I remember when he was on, he was trying to tell me he had like a new book that he was promoting, and he was telling me about queer. And he was like, this is like the new term. And I was like, well, isn't the whole point to like abolish the terms? And why would we just add a new term? And nobody knows what queer means. Nobody knows. Literally nobody knows. It's just, it can mean anything that's not straight. And I was like, well, then you're either gay or bi. Like, we don't like queer is just not, no, it's not the business. It's just not. I'm sorry if that hurts your feelings. Okay, talk about it with your therapist. But like, I'm not. I don't subscribe to the queer. It's just it's not that I'm anti-queer. I'm not anti people that call themselves queer. But I just like you're complicating things. Okay, you're making it too much of a complication that it doesn't need to be. Exactly. Listen, L won with the comment of the day. Just love people. It's really not that hard. It's when you have to complicate things and then like, make yourself feel more special and like all the things. So Zack, were you bi before you were gay? I thought I was, yes. And that's how I can confidently say anybody can say that they're bi. It doesn't actually mean that they're bi. They just need to feel special, right? And I'm sure their therapist is validating that. But oh my God, you guys are gonna get me canceled one of these days. And trust me, they've tried a few times. Zack, I always enjoy how your spunk and funny outlook. You are one of the best. Thank you. I appreciate you. Policy says this rant is everything. Did we get a little Zactivated? Oh, I love these little transitions. So good. So good. So good. So good. Okay, so that's Rihanna. That's Kim K in our couples news. We have a little, well, Janelle. Do you remember Janelle Evans from Teen Mom 2? She was like the bad girl of Teen Mom 2. In Teen Mom, there was like Farrah Abraham, and she was the bad girl. And then Teen Mom 2 came and Janelle said, hold my beer. And so she was always fighting with her mom, Barbara Babs. And her mom was always like, well, Janelle, you're always with your boyfriend, Kiefer. And then Kiefer was always there and he was always smoking pot. And she was always like, get off my lawn. What are you smoking pot in my house? Janelle, well, Janelle. And she was like having to take care of Janelle's little baby because Janelle was like getting arrested and like smoking weed. And she was a hot mess. And she didn't want to go to her court hearing because she wanted to go see Kesha. That was, well, Janelle. And Barb was always just like a cigarette, like, I gotta pay for these kids. And you stole my credit cards, Janelle. Well, Janelle. And so we love Barbara, right? We love Barb because she was tough love, but she held it down and she took care of Jace when, Janelle was a hot mess. But so anyway, I guess at some point Jace moved out of Barb's house and went to go live with Whale Janelle. And he went to go live with his mama. And that was like a hot mess express as well. And then I guess at some point he came back to live with Barb again. And so Jace was living with Barbara. And so now it appears that there's some additional family drama that is unfolding because it appears Jace, as he was living back with Barbara, the cops were just called to her house for a teen disturbance, which then led to 7 cops showing up at Barbara's house. And ultimately, we don't have any details of what was actually going on, but ultimately, Jace was placed in a mental care facility. So whatever's going on does not sound good. So thoughts and prayers to Janelle and her family and Barb. We love Barb and Jace. We hope Jace is well. We hope Jace gets the help he needs. But that was quite a crazy story that broke this week as well. Okay. This is the last story. Yeah, this is the last story of the day. And it's the battle of the books, you guys. Okay, this is time for Celebrity Feud. Love. Okay, so this is okay. We know the podcast Call Her Daddy, right? I'm going to take you back to the beginning. Like Hillary Duff said, let's go back to the beginning. Okay. Kiefer was smoking. Kiefer. Yes, he was. Kiefer. And she's like, well, Janelle, you living with your boyfriend. Like she was crazy. Barb was Barb was a show all in and of itself. So that said, look, everyone says they're loving the new transitional. Yes, shout out to editor David, because remember we have the 2 Davids. We have editor David and manager David. So shout out to editor David. Love all the new graphics. Okay, so Battle of the Books. We all know Alex Cooper of the Call Her Daddy fame, right? Terrible interviewer, but popular show. So we're taking this back to the inception. So Call Her Daddy was originally hosted by Alex Cooper and Sofia with an F, Sofia Franklyn. And Sofia and Franklyn, both of her names are spelled wrong, okay? She spells Sofia Sofia, and then Franklyn is Franklyn. So both names misspelled. But so she goes by Sofia with an F, and I think that's the name of her podcast is Sofia with an F. So Alex and Sofia with an F signed a deal with Barstool, okay? Enter Dave Portnoy, the founder of Barstool. He signs them. Their podcast just like completely explodes. because like they were gaining popularity and he's like, whoa, this is going to be a hit. So podcast completely blows up on Barstool, but it's like a total sex podcast. So they're talking all about blowies and whatnot and probably like go queer. I'm sure that's what they were talking about then. But anyway, then Alex and Sofia with an F got into a fight with a capital F. Okay. And this led to a fallout with an F. And ultimately, Sofia left the podcast like an idiot. And Alex Cooper went and she blew up. She, made Call Her Daddy the empire that we know of it today. And listen, the way I've, would have loved to have been part of a messy tabloid feud like this. Like I would have loved to have had a fallout like Alex Cooper and Sofia with an F, because I would have totally been the Alex Cooper and I would have really ran with that and made something big of it. Right. But nobody I've ever feuded with ever fully committed to the plot. Losers. And so now we could have been more famous than any of us actually are now. I mean, listen, I'm fine, but like, I'm just saying we had an opportunity and I would have loved to have one of these like Call Her Daddy feuds, but it just never happened. Anyway, Sofia with an F, apparently there was a money dispute. She broke off because Dave Portnoy made them a deal. And he's like, listen, I'll let you keep your IP and you get to keep the IP of Call Her Daddy, but he technically Barstool owned the show at that point, but he was willing to give them the IP, which Alex Cooper said was her priority. She wanted the IP. And he's like, I'll give you the IP if you stay with me for one more year. And I believe the offer was $500,000 each. That's what they were going to be getting if they stayed with Barstool for one more year. Alex really wanted the IP. That was the most important thing for her. And Sofia, I guess, really wanted the money. That was the most important thing for her. And she wanted more money. And ultimately, she ended up getting cut from the show. And now Alex Cooper is rolling in the dough, right? Because when she kept her IP, she was able to leave. And then she ended up going and signing her massive Spotify exclusive deal. And now she's not with Spotify anymore. Now I think she's with SiriusXM. But she had a Spotify exclusive deal. And then she ended up leaving Spotify, which was great. And so it was like, I think her and Joe Rogan were the ones that had the big Spotify deals, like multi-million-dollar deals. So now it's like 1,200 years later when nobody cares anymore because obviously everybody's moved on and Call Her Daddy has grown and blown up into what it is now. And Alex Cooper has an empire. And so Sofia with an F is now writing a book about her fallout with Alex Cooper, which nobody really asked for because it's a little too late. But ironically, Dave Portnoy of Barstool is also writing a book. Now, Dave doesn't really appear, from my understanding, to be on bad terms with Alex Cooper. I remember, they were in negotiations. He let her keep the IP. He let her move on to Spotify. He got to keep her merch for a while. And like, I don't know, they like made their deal. They made it work between the two of them, right? Because obviously there were a lot of resources that Barstool put into Call Her Daddy to help it become successful. But Alex and Sofia were the stars. They were the talent. They made it big, right? And so Dave, to my understanding, does not appear to be on bad terms with Alex Cooper, but he did shade Sofia with an F, saying that her book is fiction and his book is nonfiction. And so it's like a battle of the books now. And I'm like, do we even care about Sofia's book at this point? It's called Daddy Issues. And the cover of it is literally a photo of Sofia and Alex, but like Alex's face is ripped out. Like when you would get mad at somebody in the 90s and you would just rip them out of the picture, you would cut them out. So that's kind of like what the photo is. It's called Daddy Issues. It's the photo of them on the cover, but Alex Cooper's face is cut out. And then Dave Portnoy's book, that's called Cancel Me If You Can. And listen, sorry if this saves the patriarchy or whatever, but I'm buying Dave Portnoy's book. And I don't know, like, do we care about Sofia's book? Should we like also read that too? I just feel like this is such old drama. And like Sofia had her time frame in her window to tell her story and she didn't. And also like, it's clear that like you fucked up. Like you're hard to be the one to root for when you wanted more money and then screwed up. And then Alex Cooper became the one that everybody was rooting for, right? Like that's on you. Like we don't care to hear your side of the story because you fucked up the deal. Alex blew up and you're still sour. And so much so all these years later that you have to write a whole book about it. Whereas Dave, this isn't a Dave being bitter book, right? I feel like he's accepted his fate and accepted that like Alex Cooper moved on and like it blew up. And like, it was also great promotion for Barstool because that's where she started. But I feel like his book one isn't exclusive about the Call Her Daddy deal. Like that's not what the book is solely about. Whereas Sofia's book is being marketed right now as being about the fallout and the blow up. Whereas Dave's, I feel like, is going to give us more insight into the business dispute of the Call Her Daddy deal and how that fell apart. But I'm sure it's also going to be riddled with even more juicy topics, right? Like Dave Portnoy, I just love a good villain. that isn't afraid to say the unpopular things out loud, right? Hello, welcome to the club. So I am more inclined to root for the one that's not afraid to get canceled versus the one that fucks up a good business deal and then tries to play the victim. So I'm probably going to buy both. I'm probably going to read both, and I'll probably recap both of them for you if you're interested. But Dave's book comes out June 30th, and then Sofia's book comes out November 10th. So Dave's comes out first, and then Sofia's comes out a little later. So, you know. Octavia says, I'm interested because Alex Earl likes Sofia's announcement. That's okay. Okay. Thank you, Octavia, for the additional lore. Okay. So, in addition to there being the Alex Cooper versus Sofia with an F drama, then you work in Alex Earl. Alex Earl she was what, second or third? She was second on Dancing with the Stars, but she lost to Crocodile Sun. So, Alex Earl, she had a deal with Alex Cooper. So Alex Cooper started the Unwell Network to bring on all these new shows. Alex Earl ended up going and starting a podcast under Alex Cooper's network. It was like this big deal. And then next thing you know it, Alex Earl ends up like parting ways after a year when her contract ended and like doesn't seem to care for Alex Cooper. So the Alexes are fighting. And now it seems like Alex Earl is a fan of Sofia with an F and Sofia with an F's book. Now, I just don't think Alex Earl is a podcast girly, right? Like Harry Jowsey, podcast girly. He's killing. He's doing his little podcast. He's doing his thing, and he's hot and like all the things. Like I'm living for. Well, actually, only listen to his podcast on like TikTok clips. But that said, he's a podcast girly. He's gonna lean into it. He's committed to the plot. Alex Earl, not so much. And so I feel like podcasting was just never for her. This was always going to be her trajectory to where she's at now. Isn't she dating like Tom Brady or something? Or trying to, and then someone, wink, wink, conveniently keeps tipping off Dumois. It's funny that like Dumois is like our new, like our modern day TMZ. You know what? Props to Dumois. Like I know I've had some shade to say about Dumois because I was like, all of their sources are unvetted, and it used to be very unvetted and very like anonymous. What do you call it? Like those anonymous submissions. What are the blind items? And I hate blind items, but I feel like Dumois has really stood on business, and they've become solid. But so yeah, Alex Earl. Yeah, she's the TikTok queen, right? Alex Earl is the queen of TikTok. She's not a podcast girly. Alex Cooper, podcast girly. Don't love her podcast, but I think Alex Cooper is a good podcaster. She's just not a good interviewer. And so now, you know, that's the trajectory her podcast has taken us on. But whatever. You got Crocodile Sun. We were rooting for Crocodile Sun. Crocodile Sun and Mom Talk Whitney. But Mom Talk Whitney did not win. I was very sad about that. That's because all the haters online. Haters are going to hate, like Sheriff Nano said. So there you go. There's your catch up on the Caller Daddy drama and the lore. Thank you for bringing in Alex Earl because she is a big part of the plot as well. But we don't know. I feel like they're all just haters. You know what? I'm team Alex Cooper. You know why? Because she did her thing, she made her money, and she's living her best life. And now everybody's just a hater, and haters are going to hate. So I'm team Alex Cooper on this one. Sorry, not sorry. Okay, last thing I want to end on is my new obsession with records. Is that what they're called? Like the big vinyls. That's what they're called. I keep calling them records because to me they're records. But so vinyls, and listen, I know I'm behind. I'm like years behind, and I never wanted to jump in on the vinyl trend. But then Queen Hilary Duff decided to return to music, and she dropped her new album, and I needed to get one of the vinyl records because they just looked cool, and I'm cultured, right? I'm in my 30s. I'm grown. I'm a man now, and I just needed like culture. And so, of course, I had to purchase a Hilary Duff vinyl for her new album, Luck or Something. And then yesterday, I bought my second vinyl, and I don't even have a record player, but it inspired me to buy a record player. Okay. And I have to say, this is another shout out. I know we're giving a lot of shout outs to editor David today, but he was the influencer that influenced me. He's not even an influencer, but he influenced me to make this purchase. So we're going to give him the shout out. Okay. Because he's the one that when you see clips, like podcast clips online, that's editor David. And edits and the opening segment things, those are all editor David. So shout out to him. But so when I saw that he purchased a limited edition Mumford and Sons vinyl, I was like, what? I didn't even know Mumford and Sons had a new album out, but they do. And you better believe I've been listening to it on repeat. So I bought the record, and then there was like a book or like a magazine or something that was like definitely overpriced. And I don't even think I really needed it, but I liked it for the aesthetic. And so now I'm like fully committed to the plot. And so I purchased a record player, and the record player also has like a CD player and Bluetooth because we're modern, right? And because like CDs are, I guess, are becoming a thing again. But then I saw that Mumford and Sons also has cassettes. You guys, they're bringing cassettes back. Okay, cassettes are making a comeback. Wild, I know. I couldn't get a cassette because it was already sold out. But like, what progression that now we're bringing cassettes back? Like, that's forward thinking. It's forward thinking of the nostalgia bait that we're currently stuck in from back in the day. Am I right? So I don't know if I can get with the CD vibe just yet, just because like I grew up and CDs were like the predominant, you know, vehicle that we used for music distribution. And so I'm like, to me, that just doesn't feel retro enough. I feel like it hasn't been enough years since the CD to try to give the CD a comeback. Like if we wanted to do like a floppy disk, I could be down for that, right? A little floppy disk music, sure. But like it's retro and like CDs are, we just had CDs. Like we're not out of CD era yet. Like we had them, what, 10 years ago? People were, when was the last time somebody listened to a CD? Like 2012, maybe? Because people would still put CDs in their cars. Yeah, I feel like I was still in high school and people were still listening to CDs. So I feel like CDs are not old enough to have a comeback, right? Like it's not comeback season yet. But like vinyls, yes. And cassettes, yes, I'm here for it. So yeah, just had to put that out there. Because I'm ready. I couldn't, like I said, I couldn't get the cassettes because they were sold out. Mumford and Sons, like that's what a vibe. But so yeah, thank you, editor David, for influencing me to spend money I did not need to spend. But now it's considered office decor, right? Home decor, interior design, because now I'm leaning into fitting with that aesthetic. And I love Mumford and Sons. So I've been listening to the album on repeat. It's great, no notes. So yeah. Susan says, I can do CDs, but my car doesn't have a cassette player. Well, yeah, see, that's because you still have, if cars are still around with CD players, then that means it's not old enough for there to be a CD comeback, right? Like there hasn't been enough time. Tower Records. Yes. What was the other one? It was Tower Records. Borders. Do you remember Borders? It was books and music. So there was like the whole music section, and then there was the whole book section. Guys, go to a Barnes and Noble before they go extinct. Take your children to a Barnes and Noble. Zack, better late than never with the record collections. Enjoy. Thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you for seeing me. Robin says, I used to have an 8-track back in the 70s. Oof. Come on, Robin. Bring it back. Bring it back. Bring it back. Should we bring back boom boxes too? Be like, you are my fire, the one desire. Taylor Swift had cassettes too. Oh yeah, she did start that. That is a new thing that Taylor did too. But they were orange. And like, who the fuck wants orange? Like that was a terrible decision of her to do Life of a Showgirl in orange. Like when I see people that have an iPhone and it's orange, I'm like, ew, that's not going to age well at all. Your outfit matches your vinyl vibe. See, I'm telling you, I'm leaning into the aesthetic. All I need is a whiskey, right? Little whiskey neat with a little Mumford and Sons in the background. That's right. I'd be like that. A cigar. Do we do cigars or cigarettes? And don't be like, none, because they're bad for your health. We're fitting with the aesthetic, okay? And so we have the book. We have a little whiskey. Like, yeah, with Mumford and Sons in the back. I will wait for you. Yeah. What a time to be alive. My husband almost lost it when I tried to get rid of a full box of DVDs and Blu-rays. Oh God, we can get rid of those. Blu-ray never took off. Blu-ray was never a thing. Like they tried to make Blu-ray happen, and then like Netflix happened, and then people were like, "What? Why do we need Blu-ray? What was Blu-ray? Like, what was the point of a Blu-ray? Like, I don't even know what a Blu-ray did. Who had Blu-ray? No, throw it in the garbage. Not putting my cig or joint out, so hate me, everyone. Yeah, there you go. No cloves. Oh, the clove cigarettes. Yes. I lived at Tower Records in NYC. Love that vibe for you. Blu-ray was like fetch. Yeah, they tried to make it happen and it just did not happen. Okay, they tried, but it's not going to happen. So why even bother? What was Laserdisc? Yeah. Oh my God, my aunt had a fit because I got rid of her old tapes, the cassettes, and look at, you got rid of all of them and now they're making a comeback. We went to, sorry, I know we're already at the hour mark, but we went to, it was my brother Ethan's birthday yesterday. It's crazy. My dad's birthday's on the 1st. My mom's on the 8th. My brother Ethan is the 9th. My brother Joshua is the 10th. And my brother Elijah is the 16th. What a time. But so we went out for Ethan's birthday. We went bowling. And why am I telling? Oh, so we went bowling last night. And my cousin, my little cousin, she's in high school. And she came out with her little digital camera. And like, first of all, my culture is not your costume, number one, as I lean into vinyl records, which is totally not my culture because it was before my time. But I was around for the cassettes. My very first cassette was Britney Spears. Was it Hit Me Baby One More Time? What was it? The CD, the pink one where it's like the pink background and she's like sitting down and she's like, she has red. Let's see. Britney Spears' first album. Oh, it was called Baby One More Time. Hit me, baby, one more time. Yeah. See, and she has like the red little sweater on and she's like, I'm so cute. And it says Britney Spears, Baby One More Time. Yes. I remember that was my first ever cassette was Britney Baby One More Time. What a time. Take me back. So yeah. Oh, but so she had the digital camera and I was like, oh, we used to go out with those. You would go out and she had the jelly roll purses, like those little thin, long purses. Like they're totally ripping off the 90s and the 2000s, right? But they're not even doing it they're like merging the 90s and the 2000s together as they were just one, which technically it was just one for me because I grew up in the 90s and the 2000s. But so yeah, she had her little jelly roll purse and then she had her digital camera. And I was like, you don't even realize. There's the little string at the end and you would hook it around your camera and that was like and you would have your camera with you and you would do like selfies and and you would do photos in the mirror and then it would have the flash and they were all blurry. Like, oh, what a time. I remember we'd go to the mall. Oh, do you remember the mall? We didn't even know what we did. We didn't have money to be at the mall, but we would just be at the mall. Maybe we would buy a shirt from Hollister or something. Isn't this shirt kind of giving Hollister vibes, by the way? It's Urban Outfitters, but I feel like it's kind of giving, we are in the 90s, Zack. Get a Bop magazine. We're back in the 90s. Take me back. Take it back. Take it back. Take it back. A little Bop. See, that's what inspired No Filter, okay? Was all those old tabloid magazines. So good. Okay. I love you. I appreciate you. I will talk to you tomorrow. Give me a follow. Zack Peter all over the internet. Give me a follow. Send me all the love in the club. Hit the like button. Hit the subscribe button, guys. Hit that subscribe button and the like button on your way out. And leave an Apple Podcast review because I love to read them. And I love to give you guys shout outs. Oh, no. Did the trolls come into... I was like, let's go and do some fun. I think the trolls came up in here because the new podcast reviews, we have You Grift Hardest. Low IQ podcast, 1 star for low IQ maggots. Wow. And then we have another one, Mijumi 3, hard pass, 1 star, uneducated, has ignorant takes, hypocritical, ignorant, etc. It's probably my take on queer because I was like, queer. Oof. I was like, ooh, that gay flag is ugly now. And they're like, oh, arrogant, uneducated. Listen, you don't need a Harvard degree to know that flag is ugly. Spencer's. Oh my God, I remember Spencer's as well. Okay, guys, we'll go and leave a nice Apple Podcast review if you're loving the show. And I will see you at a mall sipping Auntie Annie's with a pretzel in hand in another life. All right, guys. Love you. Appreciate you. Talk to you tomorrow. I can't believe I'm doing this again. Like, what is this? Who am I? All right. I love you guys. I'll talk to you tomorrow. Ciao for now. Bye.